So welcome to our webinar, which will help you get started using your Sage Intelligence. What is Sage Intelligence Reporting? Sage 300 Intelligence Reporting is a flexible business reporting tool that integrates with your Sage 300 solution and allows for better insights into your business data. It provides you the ability to design, distribute, and customize financial and operational reports through an interface you are already familiar with, Microsoft Excel. The scheduling of reports to automatically run, as well as the automatic distribution of reports to teams or individuals through a variety of methods, allows your company to improve your reporting efficiency. There are 4 types of licenses associated with Sage Intelligence. The first license is the License Manager. And the License Manager shows who is authorized to use the Report Manager and Viewer licenses. It also shows if you've purchased the Connector and Report Designer licenses. So in this installation, there's a Connector license installed, and that's a one-time license. There's an Analysis license, that's a different type of license. We have one Report Manager license, and down here you'll see that the one license has been assigned to the admin user, and the workstation that that user works on is that machine name. And we also have a Report Designer license. We have the Report Viewer licenses allows you to run out reports with specific parameters only. These licenses are user and machine specific. So when you click on the Report Viewer icon, all available reports are displayed. And when you click on a report, you'll be able to select the parameters that have been pre-selected in the design. There is also security on these reports, so if you are not authorized to print that report, you will not be able to, the parameters will not pop up, and you will not be able to run it out. The Report Manager runs out reports, views information, creates and customizes reports. These licenses are also sold by user and are also machine specific, and we'll come back to this one later. The Report Designer license allows you to create your own financial layouts in the format of your choice and is seen through the Report Manager. The Connector is used to create multi-company and multi-currency reports over multiple databases. The Connector also allows you to create customized containers or table sets. This is a one-time license. I'm going to show you what the Connector looks like so you can so you have an idea of what when we talk about containers, what we're talking about. This setting up a container is beyond the beginner lesson, but I will show you what they look like. So these are all the different containers. All these down here are all the different containers. So what I will do is we're going to talk about the sales container. We're going to be using the sales container shortly, so it's using the sales master container. So if we click on that, below the container name, you will see all the fields that you have access to in your reports. So you don't have to use all of them in your report, but they will be accessible for you. Let's go out of here. So intelligence reporting is a reporting tool built specifically for the needs of small and mid-sized businesses. It can handle most financial reporting requirements, as well as being able to report on non-financial data in Sage 300, as well as non-Sage 300 ODBC compliant databases. So if you had another Access database, you can attach it if it's ODBC compliant. So the report, we'll open up the Report Manager. So again, the Report Manager hosts all of the Sage Intelligence reports. It allows you to run reports, create new reports, and customize reports, as well as create new folders and save templates. So we're going to look at the sales report first. So you'll notice all the reports that Sage has provided you with. On the right-hand screen, it's telling you that to edit this report, you must make a copy. So in order to make a copy or even to create your own reports, the first thing you will want to do is set up your own folders, either particular to the person or particular to the application. So to set up a folder, you click on the Home button, you right-click, Add Folder, and give your folder a name. So we now have a folder, a new folder. So if we want to copy our sales master, into our test report folder, we just right-click on the sales master, copy, highlight our test report folder, right-click, and paste. And it will now be copied into our folder. So best practices tell us that we don't really want a report name called Copy of Sales Master. So we want to rename it. So to rename the report, we right-click on the report, click on Rename, give it a new name, say OK. The next little box is asking you for an option for the report template name. So it's the first option, which has already been selected, is the recommended option, and that is to assign a new name and delete the old template if it's unused by other reports. Second option is to keep the original template name, which we don't really want to do because we know it's already used in the Sage Sales Master, and if we change the template, we don't want to change the template in that Sales Master. The third option is to assign a new name and leave the old template on our disk even if it's unused, and that's just a waste of disk space. So we're going to assign a new name. And what it does is it automatically assigns the name of our report. So you'll see here the report template name is the same as our report name. So now we're going to run out our report. So we're going to click Run, the big green arrow. And over on the right-hand part of the screen, we have report parameters. These are preset or predefined by yourselves or by the user, and they are set on this Parameters tab. For this beginner exercise, we're just going to leave the parameters as Sage has provided them. So we're going to have a start date. So I'm going to start this fiscal start date for this company is January, and our sample data is for 2018, 19, and 20. So we'll select 2020, and we'll go to December 30th. Sorry, December 31st. And we'll just run that report out. Okay, so what you'll see now is our Sales Master worksheet. So this report was designed using pivot tables. So if we want to see our pivot table fields, you just click anywhere within our Excel worksheet, right-click, click on Show Field List, and now on the right-hand side we have our pivot table fields. So on the top part of this little screen, what it's showing us are all the fields that are available to us for our report, and the ones with the checks are the fields that have been that are being used in our report. So for example, say for example in this report we want to show the order number. So we just click on order number and it's going to add it immediately to our template. So now we have order number as a column on our report. And again, say for example, we look here and there's nothing in the total discounts. Maybe your company doesn't use discounts. So if you don't want the discount column there, we just click on the box for the line discount amount, and it will now take that field out of off of our worksheet. As with any Excel worksheet, we can change the headers, the headers to make them applicable to our terminology. This column here is gross profit and the gross profit percentage, and these are calculated fields that you can actually create a formula and have it show up on your field list. Also over here we have filters. So you'll also see filters in this section, so you can drag and drop filters. So if you wanted to add a few more filters, you can drag them in, or you can even get rid of some of the filters. But for example, say we want to filter on our salesperson Bill. We just want to look at his sales for the year. Okay, so we now have the report based on Bill's sales. Okay. So up here on Pivot Table Tools, we have a Design tab. So you can now set up a format, whatever format you prefer for your company. So let's just pick this one. And now we want to save this report. Now we want to save this. We want to save this filtered report, filtered by Bill with this template. We're going to send this report to Bill every week, so we want to save it. So to save this report template, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the home screen, the Intelligence Report Manager home screen. We're going to go back and we're going to highlight the report we were working on. Oh, I keep wanting to do right click because in this version they added a new icon. So now we go to this icon, Save Excel Template, and this is the workbook, the template that we're working on. So we say OK. So this text in here just tells us that you have data in the template, and for the system to save an empty template, it's going to clear the data first and then save the template. So is it OK to clear the data? So we say yes. This is the template name, so we say OK. And it's telling us the template already exists. Would you like to replace this file? Yes. So you'll see down here that it's busy refreshing the report template. And now it's telling us that the template was created successfully and linked to the report, so we can say OK. Now if we wanted to, we may want to rename the report and call it Bill's Sales Report, so we know the filter that we've saved it under. But I'm not going to bother doing that for right now, but I'm going to run out the report, and I'm just going to run it for the month of January. Oh, I must have set up a wrong parameter there. And there's our new report saved with the parameters that we had selected previously. I just also want to show you one other tool under this BI Tools header. We can actually manage distribution instructions. It's beyond the this beginner course. I just want to make you aware of what's available. So you can actually schedule these reports to run at particular times, like every Friday or once a month. And you can have them distributed either by email, so you can actually have those reports emailed to somebody. You can publish them to a folder on your website, or you can send them out to an FTP site. So that's another lesson, but I just would like you to be aware that you don't have to actually run these reports manually. You can have them set up to run independently. So we're not going to save that report. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at the financial designer. The financial designer, again, as I mentioned earlier, there is a license for it. It's a one-time license, and it allows you to create your financial statements. So Sage provides you with a balance sheet report, forecasting report, income statement, financial ratios. These reports are based on your company using something called account groups. So I will show you what the accounts groups look like so you can check to see if your company is using them. So in the general ledger under GL setup, there's an icon here called account groups. And these account groups are already set up for you when you install Sage. So these account groups are already there. What you need to do is associate those account groups when you go into your GL accounts and you set up your accounts. What you need to do is define the appropriate account group in here for the type of account it is. So if these accounts are all set up in proper order according to the way your company would like to see them, then these reports will work for you. If you do not use report account groups, the Sage reports will not work. And these reports, I just want to make you aware, the reports that they provide for you are just subtotals based on report groups. There is no drill down to the detail in the accounts. So I've already saved an income statement, so let's have a look at the income statement. So when we do parameters for financial reports, if your current fiscal year is 2020, you want to select that. But if you have any reports that are based on prior year, if you're doing a comparison of this year to date compared to last year to date, you must also load the previous year. These reports are not using pivot tables. They're using either our financial layout manager. So what we have here is our company name, the current year, and a current fiscal period. So if you wanted to look at, say, year-to-date up to fiscal period 12, all you have to do is input that the current period, and it's linked to the formulas the current period is linked to the formulas. If we wanted to look at 2019 and we've loaded it in the parameters, the data into the parameter settings, it will now recalculate your year-to-dates based on the parameters you've set on the header. You also have an actual versus prior. So now you're having year-to-date comparing 2019 and 2020 with variances, which are using formulas. And we also have an actual versus budget provided for you. If you want to insert a graph or chart, it's like works just like any other Excel worksheet. We just need to do insert and insert a chart, and there you have it. So you can make it pretty, you can resize it, but it will now be part of your financial statements. If you make any changes, do not forget to go back to your report and save your Excel template. Because if you exit out and you don't save the template, you're going to go back to your old parameters. So that's pretty much the conclusion of our beginner lesson. I'm hoping that this allows you to start using your Sage Intelligence with some of the predefined reports. And if you find that you have other needs, if you want to get into some more sophisticated reports, please give us a call. We'd be happy to help you with that. So at that, I think we'll end our session, and it's been very nice speaking with you.